Well, good morning, everyone. Good evening, good afternoon to those of you who may be seeing a replay of this live broadcast. It's been a while, but my name is Cynthia Lewis Reed, and I reside in the little area called Yorktown, Indiana, just down the block from Muncie, actually. And the date is the 13th of February, 2025. I'd like to say Merry Christmas to those of you out there because it'll be here before you know it. And speaking of Christmas, I think of gifts and I think of life being a gift. The reason I chose to come on here this time is because at my age, 70 years young, I really am very concerned about not only other people's well-being, but my own well-being as well. So, of course, we get the medical tests and the checkups and the follow-ups. And my physician said, you probably should get an echocardiogram. And I said, oh, EKG? She said, no, ECHO, echocardiogram. And it's a little bit different than an EKG, which is an electrocardiogram. And my heart's in good shape. I like to just be on the preventative side of things. My background has to do with health science and communications and making sure that people have accurate info regarding the decisions that they make, because that's part of our soul, our mind, our choices, which is our will, our intellect, the things that we learn. And then, of course, there's feelings and emotions that go along with that, and the things that we're involved with, the things that we take into our mind, our eye gate, our ear gate, that all helps us become who we are. And so, having said that, when I went through this echo this morning, this echocardiogram, it was very interesting. And you know, your heart has a musical composition to it. It really does. I'm thinking, I'm hearing notes, okay? And I said, wow, this is really cool. And I'm seeing the colors, the red and the blue, which the red is for the oxygenated blood and the blue for the blood that's coming back up from the lower aorta and up from the stomach back into the heart. And the technician, she said, okay, now I'm going to check your neck. And so I'm hearing different notes there. I'm hearing different notes here. I'm hearing different notes all over the place. And I said, God, you really turned it out when you created mankind, people. Don't take it for granted is what I'm saying. Never, ever take it for granted. The heart that you have in your body, it's been beating ever since the sperm and the egg came together to create that electrical spark that actually created a life that we didn't create ourselves, but a life that I am personally very grateful for, and to respect life and to cherish life. And life not just in the physical, but in the spiritual, in the intellectual, in the mental. You really have to speak life into your mind so your body can do well. The whole idea of even looking up, because when you look down, everything is downcast. It's hopelessness. Learn to look up, because he's up there, and hopefully he's in here too in your heart. Quick commercial break. I want to shout out to my pastor, Nathan Rozier, and his wife, I call her Lady J, Jessica, at Bridgeway Christian Center, which is at 1600 East Fusen Road in Muncie, Indiana, 47302. We also have a mobile app. The mobile app is simply called Bridgeway Muncie. So you go into your app store, your Google store, and download that app. And I think it'll be a blessing to you. There's also a YouTube channel. Am I getting paid to do this? No. I am basically sharing what has been a blessing to both myself and my husband. Having going on, wow, this year, 50 years of matrimonial connection. Marriage is definitely a journey, and it's a commitment, and it's all about what you know is going to be best, not just for yourself, but for the other person, because you're individuals, and you have to find the gift that God gave to you, and then together work it out. So, old song, Jesus can work it out if you let him. I keep seeing slow connection on here, but hopefully this will come through all right. Um, Flipping the page now, there are a lot of people who have seen some of the things that we've done on BetterThanDonuts.com. That was a site I created several years ago, over 10 years ago. The URL, BetterThanDonuts.com, started out being an original coffee sales site. Coffee was called Genovia, and that was once upon a time connected to the travel company that we are still a part of. It's changed over some names a little bit, but we still love the support that we get, and the tax deductions are awesome. But with the Genovia coffee, BetterThanDonuts.com, I was thinking, okay, we're not doing coffee anymore with the travel, but we are doing life with the travel. Again, speaking life. Not want to go on too long here because I know some of y'all have a short attention span. But here's the deal. BetterThanDonuts.com. People will kind of laugh about that. But see, as a writer and as an inspirational speaker, life is the metaphor for the donut. It's the cycle. It is the ability to leave a legacy. And this outer core that we have, this body, that represents the donut. Now, what do you have inside the donut? What are the ingredients inside the donut that make it delicious? And then once that outer core is gone, once that heart stops, once the spirit goes back to God, what's left? The whole. What do people remember about you and your legacy? So what are you leaving behind? Not just the body, okay? Now, speaking of bodies, our bodies are made up of these awesome little things called stem cells. And did you know that by age 30, over half of them are dormant? Yeah. And did you know that by age 60, that 90% of them are asleep? They're dormant. They're not awake. And if they're not awake, that means you can't heal. You can't be energized like you want to be. So I am going to suggest for your consideration, go to BetterThanDonuts.com, click Be Well. And in Be Well, you'll see a couple of videos, and this is something that is documented, general wellness, patented, multiple patents by a Christian-based inventor named David Schmidt. LifeWave. LifeWave, I'm thinking LifeWave is like the heart wave, okay? All this is coming together. I hope it's making sense to some of you. If you are not in the type of wellness state that you want to be in, a lot of it has to do with aging. People look at me all the time. They say, you don't look 70. In fact, they were, in the clinics and the test places that I go, it's like, you're kidding. No. First of all, I give God the glory for that. And second of all, the fact that I've been wearing these X39 patches, they call them stickers, for 6 months now. It's been documented already in the patented studies that are at a site that it'll take you there. If you go to BetterThanDonuts.com and click Be Well, there is a testimonial chart that I placed in the website. And you click on that, it takes you straight to another site called ThisIsItInfo.com. So what is it? Oh, ThisIsItInfo.com. Look at the patents. I'm sort of a science nerd, but look at the patents. Look at the information. New England Journal of Medicine. They are for real. And so what they do for you is they literally light up the dormant cells in your body. And then it's sort of like, okay, the cells say, let's go to work. What needs to be worked on? And that's what they work on. So again, always check with your medical provider about any health issue or wellness issue that you are concerned about. But you know something? You can't deny what these X39s are doing all over the world for people. And it's natural. The light that God put in your body, the same light that powers the heart, the same light that causes your vision to light up, the same light that causes your voice box to speak, the same light that helps your ears hear, all the little cellular hairs, just like the lady told me today doing my echo test. She was saying, you know how God put the body together? All the cells have to work in harmony in order for the unit to function correctly. So what do you do to take care of your temple? be very, very, very cognizant of that. And again, travel, medically documented. It helps elevate the mood. It helps actually, I'm thinking this cardiac stuff, the stress levels go down. It helps improve your cardiac function. Travel does all of this. So, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, do what you got to do to help yourself be better. And without further ado, I'm going to go on, sign off here, have myself a little bit of a lunch. And, there are very few seats left for Mackinac Island. I have a verse on my wall up here in my living room: entrust your works to the Lord and your plans will succeed. There are so few people who are responding to Mackinac Island here in the central Indiana and east central Indiana area. Now, people have responded, but know that we need at least 30 individuals to make a trip happen. Guess what? Phone rang after I was in prayer one day a few days ago. Diamond Tours called me. My guy Greg down in Fort Myers, he said, guess what? We have 30 people who want to join you guys for Mackinac Island, with the 6 or 7 here in the Muncie and the Fairmount and the Anderson area. I said, Lord, you came through again. So understand this. Just because people don't really respond to the things that we may have at betterthandonuts.com for Diamond Tours, age 50 plus travelers, I say 50 because you're young at heart, doesn't mean that the Lord is not pulling together another group to join you, to fall right in line, to roll up. 28 people, actually 30 now, 28 from a little area in Alabama that are coming up this way. They have to go through I-69 anyway to get to Mackinac Island. And it's like, I talked to these women that are down there in a little dinky town in northeastern Alabama, close to the Georgia line, and they've got 2 women who are 2.5 hours away in Cleveland, Tennessee, that wanted to drive down. I said, no. Leave from where you are in Alabama. Come on up, pick up the sisters at their church in Cleveland, Tennessee, and then roll on up here to Muncie, Indiana, and then we going to take off. So you know what? There's only probably about 6 or 8 seats left to join us from Mackinac Island, and the price is going to go up for y'all to $941 at the end of February. You can get in where you fit in for $815 per person. That includes your hotel stay, your round trip transportation, all the things we're going to see and do at Mackinac Island, and the entertainment and the dance party. Y'all, we can cut up because we old school, okay? We don't do this twerking too much, and we shouldn't because that'll hurt our back. But I'm just saying this. Niagara Falls is next in line. We have another month to go before we have the money in for Niagara Falls. If you have a group in Indianapolis, Anderson, Muncie, Dayton, all we need is 30 people minimum. But when it gets to 35, we start giving away stuff like cash gift cards. And when it gets to 40, we give even more away. And when it gets to 44 for your nonprofit organization, Mr. Reed and I just want to bless a group, whether it's a diaper bank, a food bank, a pet rescue, whatever it is, homeless shelter. We want to give away part of our commission when you have 44 people. Join us. And nonprofit groups, folks don't have money to give like they used to, but everybody wants to travel. So having said that, I'm going to let y'all go. Enjoy your day. Be safe. A little slick outside. But this is Cynthia Reed, betterthandonuts.com, Better Than Donuts, Travel, Tours, and Wellness. Wishing you a blessed and happy day. And come on, join us, y'all. Go to betterthandonuts.com, check things out. Click Be Well, check out X39, and be blessed.